What they say is true. You have to see the world for yourself to appreciate how beautiful it is. This is poor Ormos. Now where could...
Is that Paimon I hear?
Huh?
Oh, it's been a while. How are you doing?
Dinnerzad! It's been so long since we've seen you!
I'm doing well. I can go as far as saying I have never been I don't know if you've heard, but Elazar has completely disappeared, and all the patients have recovered.
You kidding? Knowing them and the connections they've got, I'm sure they've heard about it.
Yeah!
That's right. My lady is feeling better now, so I'm accompanying her for a walk.
Why do you still call me that, Dia? You've already informed my father of your resignation.
I guess I'm just used to calling you my lady. Old habits.
Resignation? You mean you're quitting?
Yeah, I might start losing my edge if I keep being a bodyguard for the Homayanis.
You know that my parents and I are fond of you, and that we appreciate you very much. It wouldn't be a problem if you wish to continue to be our bodyguard.
I'm not a woman that's easily persuaded. You should know that by now, my lady. When I took this job, I had already decided that I'd quit as soon as you'd recovered. It's time for me to get back out there and chase that horizon.
So what are you gonna do now if you're not gonna be a bodyguard anymore?
I want to take a risky job and put my body to the test again.
Huh? But we literally just finished one of the most dangerous jobs ever! Are you getting bored?
I know. If I hadn't joined in that plan with you, I wouldn't have come up with this idea. I guess life is short, and I'm happy that I got to be a part of that. But the whole thing also made me realize that there are still many problems.
Well, I remember a friend had someone bring you a message.
You mean I'll hate them? I didn't expect him to
We just came from talking with Alhaitham at the Academia.
Did he tell you that he suggested that I come work at the Academia?
What?
I heard that Azar and his cronies fell from power, and Alhaitham told me that now was a good time to find a job in the Academia. But only if I wanted to.
Whoa. Paimon can't see you being anything other than a mercenary.
Me neither. But I think...
Ugh, forget about it. I wouldn't last 10 seconds, and Alhaitham probably just liked the way I worked and knew I'm good in a fight.
But you know, if you take him up on the offer, Sino might actually... Because you're super...
The Matra have... In fact, I chose this job from the very start because I knew it'd be right up my alley.
Even if being a mercenary...
A lion has to return to the wild sooner or later. If anything, being your bodyguard has been unfamiliar territory for me.
I don't want to see you go, but I'll respect your decision.
I'm glad to hear you say that. Come on, no need for the sad face. It's not like we'll never... Once the whole Dendro Archon thing is settled, everything in Sumeru will take a turn for the better. That makes me happy too. But a peaceful society will probably mean less demand for mercenaries like me. Before long, we'll be a dying breed. So I'd better get to...
Huh? But wait a second. You make it sound like you're leaving now.
Well, no, not yet.
So, have you been in Port Ormos this entire time? We were...
Oh, did Nilou write to us?
She heard that you were seen in Port Ormos, so she sent the letter here.
Huh. It was probably sent to the inn that we're staying at. My lady has been very energetic lately and keeps taking me on hikes, staying out even into the night. By the time we get back, the receptionist is usually...
Right, and we tend to leave quite early in the morning, so...
So what it really sounds like is that the person on duty is always asleep.
I bet the letter's at the reception desk. I'll go check.
No wonder there wasn't a reply. You never received the letter. Good thing Nilou asked us to come and check on that.
Sorry to make you two come all the way out here.
It must be something important for Nilou to specifically write to us like that.
Yes, she said they were preparing a victory feast in the Grand Bazaar, and will also be celebrating Sino's reinstatement as General Mahamatra. She was hoping you could come.
Great! I'll be sure to attend.
Count me in too. But is there some sort of dress code or anything for the feast? Can I just show up looking like this?
Since it's being organized by Nilou, I don't think she'll be too picky about that. If anything, I think she wants to see us as our most natural selves.
All right, then this is how I'll show up.
The feast will be held in 2 days, so don't forget.
Sure.
Thank you so much for letting us...
Oh, by the way...
The General Mahamatra always comes and goes without a trace. Normally no one knows his whereabouts.
Oh.
But last time we met, he mentioned that he had something to do in Aru Village. You can try your luck there. As for Raman, your guess is as good as mine. I only remember he said that he had something to discuss with Sino. You can ask Sino when you meet him. Don't mention it. You'd better get going.
All right, on to our next stop.
time to go. Follow the wind.
It's been a while since we last visited Aru Village. Ah, there's Sino!
What brings you here?
We recovered well, and Tanari agreed to let us leave, so now we're out and about again.
It seems Gandharvaville's medical treatment is still as good as ever.
And Tanari is recovering well, too.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, you're the one who brought us to him when we lost consciousness, right? Thanks for that.
You're welcome. Tainari has excellent medical skills, and Kale is quite attentive. It was the best place for you.
But why are you just standing here like a dead tree?
I'm meeting some people.
Oh, you mean Candace?
I've already talked with Candace and the village chief. They're still at the usual place. You can go there if you'd like to see them. But you know one of the people I'm meeting as well.
Oh, by King Deshret's blessing, my friend suddenly appears in the desert. Don't tell—
Roman! And, Sataria?
Oh, you know me?
Oh, well, you're pretty famous in the academia.
Don't worry, these are our friends. No need to be so guarded.
I see.
I'm doing well. Many good things have happened recently.
Same here. Really, I feel that my whole life has started to shine after suddenly finding a new direction.
Oh, tell us everything.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Alright, well, I suppose I should start by saying I've decided to leave the academia.
What?
It's not that I've given up on being a scholar. I will no longer pursue research like—
I can see what you're saying.
What do you mean?
I plan to leave the academia and return to teach.
Wow, so you—
Sataria will return to support education here and teach people from the desert. She can't teach everyone on her own, but there are many of us Eremites all over Sumeru. She came to discuss a collaboration with me.
Yes, it's my hope that the Eremites can help me select a group of smart people with the best aptitude. That is the true meaning of education and the spreading of knowledge.
The people of King Deshret suffer from sandstorms, exile, and ignorance. Miss Sataria is more than— The stars have always guided caravans. Thieves, soldiers, and travelers.
Oh, please. Where's all of this coming from? I'm starting to feel—
You deserve these compliments. Mercenaries are accustomed to danger and don't fear death, which is why we recognize extraordinary actions that common people would easily overlook.
Sataria's idea will bring much good to many people.
At first, I feared it was destined to fail. Everyone knows that the academia doesn't allow scholars to teach in the desert without— As you know, all knowledge is under their surveillance and control, and very few desert— But what I heard at that time has been haunting my heart. as if there were lightning bolts constantly bombarding my soul. Sataria, you tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the Academia's grasp on you will become. Sataria, why haven't you gone home? Never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
Miss.
These words sparked something in me. I gathered up the courage to approach.
Azar has received much-needed punishment.
Lord Sino helped me my plan was able to go smooth.
You're all doing so much.
Aside from that, I also have some...
Lesser Lord Kusanali has allocated... I applied for a few batches of education.
That's exactly what the people here need. Physical...
Apart from this, the Academia is also recruiting scholars that are willing to teach in the desert. I'll let you and Sataria know as soon as... We must be persistent about this, and maintain these resources.
This is the first time in hundreds of years we've had a glimmer of hope. I think this may... Remember these words. Here lies our faithful priest. I hope people with wisdom like that...
Enough about us.
No, not at all. We're actually... Neva wanted to write to everyone, but she wasn't sure where the letters should be sent. A celebration feast will be held in 2 days at the Grand Bazaar. She hopes that all of you will be able to attend. At the feast, we'll also be celebrating Sino's reinstatement as General Mahamatra. Although, judging from your appearance...
Celebration? Feast? It's the first I've heard of it.
Tighnari was right. He really didn't know.
This feast is for you, Sino. Sounds to me like you'll have to be there.
It's rare to see that kind of expression from Lord Sino. You must not...
No, not really. But I'll go.
Well, I still have a lot to handle here. Besides, I need to look after Miss Sataria in the desert, so I'll have to pass.
I'm afraid I won't be able to join you. All the messages. I'm sorry for how I treated you before. You and the art you symbolize are not only... Please keep dancing. And someday, I'll be able to appreciate your art.
Okay, we've got all that down. Our job here is complete as well. Oh, Sino, remember, party's in 2 days. Make...
Got it.
Today's the big day! Let's go to the Grand Bazaar and see how the celebration's coming along.
Yep, the numbers are correct. Unauthorized personnel are prohibited from entering the warehouse. Time to go.
We're here. This should be... Huh? Where's the crab? Did it secretly scuttle away?
Huh. The traps weren't triggered, so it should... You honored our agreement and waited here until we returned. As such, I'll hold up my end and give you another mechanical part. Keep it safe. I'm not giving you another one if you lose it. Glad you're satisfied. If you want more mechanical parts, take us deeper into the contaminated region. I want to see what happened there. What caused the...
Roll!
Right here. Everyone hold hands.
adventure time!
Hey!
Wind Strider!
So this is the contaminated region that everyone's been talking about. Oh, it's like really creepy and suffocating.
Do you feel unwell at all? Good. It's as I predicted. Elemental power confers a degree of resistance.
How do you know that?
I haven't entered the contaminated region for a proper investigation, but I've conducted quite a few controlled experiments. My observations during our time here have all but confirmed my hypothesis. Look at these flowers. How are they different from normal? This flower species is formally known as the Sumeru rose, but it is also known as the... They're sensitive to ley lines and emit varying amounts of light in response. Excessive brightness indicates a dangerous level of ley line activity in the surrounding area. From the looks of things...
You're saying the contamination here is...
I can't confirm that right now, but I think that is the case. Let's take another look around and see if we can discover more clues.
You know, we haven't seen any animals this entire time. The birds used to chirp really loudly, and there were a lot of foxes.
This contaminated region currently appears to have a critical efflux of ley line energy. Some animals...
Leaky ley lines sure can cause a lot of damage, huh?
Like how plants have preferred growth conditions, climate, temperature, humidity, intensity of ley line energy, this equilibrium is broken when the surrounding environment abruptly changes, causing people's bodies to react in abnormal. If normal fluctuations in temperature occur, then our bodies automatically adjust. However, the average...
Then why are we okay?
I'm not sure why you are, but she and I are fine because our elemental capabilities are... Of course, it's not a good idea to spend too much time in areas with concentrated ley line energy. That's about it for the investigation. Help me find an open space. I want to test something.
Traveling to other worlds is all that anyone seems to be writing about these days. Goodness knows what they find so disappointing about their own world.
Let it be known that divinity is mine! Insignificant pest!
Emerge! I'm always watching.
Churn!
Right now, right here.
More power! You cannot defy me, mortal! My endless cycle begins!
Don't bite off more than you can chew.
Right here. What a dreadful...
Flowers! Haven't bloomed yet. Worthless insect. Insignificant pest!
Oh, no. My lyre is broken.
Worthless insect. Let it be known that divinity is mine! Perish!
So much for eternity.
Environment, no wind. Target parameters, north. Setup complete. Excellent. Looks like it's working.
What's this?
A purification device that I made. It can absorb excess ley line energy and temporarily stabilize an area.
What a neat thing! Let's set up more and cover the entire region!
I wouldn't mind if that would actually work. Unfortunately, once this contamination is present, the purification devices have their limits. At best, they can only prevent the contaminated region from expanding temporarily. If we want to permanently eradicate the contamination from the ley line effluents, we'll need to tackle the source. That's right.
Huh? The mechanical crab is acting a little strange.
Something's approaching. So that's it. Now that the ley line energy has stabilized, the monsters that had left are starting to return. Get rid of them quickly. Don't let them get close to the purification device.
Emerge. Right here. Emerge.
Tip, wind strider.
Whew! That's all of them. Hey! Where are you? Let's hurry and keep up. The mechanical crab went that way! Let's keep up!
Help! Help!
Everybody stand back!
As one with wind and cloud!
Show them. Right now.
Roll!
Spare me, please.
Hey! Are you okay?
These injuries are superficial. Don't move, I'll patch you up.
Who are you all? What happened to those mechanical monsters?
Don't worry, we took care of them.
Oh, good. That's, good. It's a monster! Hurry, attack it!
How do we explain this? It heard you shouting for help and brought us here to rescue you.
It's faking it. It has to be. Maybe it's gonna partner up with the other mechanical monsters and kill me. Do you know what's inside the forest? It's all... I just came here to pick herbs, but I accidentally went into the contaminated region and almost... I gotta get out of here. Yes. Be careful. These mechanical life forms...
Are you?
His inarticulate speech and bodily tremors indicate psyche disruption. He's been inside the contaminated region for too long. We've purified the ley line energy over there. Follow this path out and you'll soon see the village. At that point, someone will bring him to Kale for help. I already prepared medication that will return him to normal.
It's so hard.
Alright, regardless of what you're thinking, you did some real good this time. That's why I'll give you another mechanical part. Need any help with it? Guess not. Well, make sure to hang on to it. And also...
Okay, it definitely doesn't understand you.
It seems like it possesses limited understanding only towards matters related to mechanical components. Help others to get parts. That's probably its thought process. It's getting late. Hey, over here! Come on, you big lummox, raise your head and look up! Let's set up camp here.
All right. Paimon also thinks it's a...
Oh. Any particular reason?
This place is perfect to put up a big tent. We can also set up a cooking pot and cook tons...
You're not wrong. Rainforests, for the next tasks at hand, let's divide and call...
Leave it to Paimon.
I'm not expecting that. That's right. You can use rushes to start a fire in the wilderness. Their piths are relatively dry and can be readily set aflame. The downside...
Traveler, Tainari, Paimon couldn't find any food. Paimon didn't know that. Paimon also saw...
Those were probably dead leaf butterflies. My guess is... Never mind. The tents... Oh, you found some already.
Paimon understands it this time. It wants to kill...
Sorry, no part this time. That task wasn't important enough. If every little thing resulted in a reward, then it might start to take advantage. I'll note little things like this and give a...
It looks real...
After some further thought, it might come up with... I'm off to prepare dinner. We'll take shifts on lookout duty to...
We need lookout?
Yes, even though it's settled then. Have a good night.
Paimon's getting sleepy. Is this because of the ley lines? It's been a while since we camped outside like this.
You're awake earlier than I expected. Did you sleep well? That's good. I was worried that you two wouldn't be able to sleep, so I specially used 2 of my homemade incenses. Don't worry. They're made from all natural ingredients. They have a light fragrance and aren't harmful to the body. Speaking of which, have you seen the... It was scampering around over there just now, but I don't know what... So you can... A ley line effluent... Until we fully understand the situation, take extra caution. Topics related. They proposed an intriguing idea. However, in their pursuit... The irony is... I'm interested in the topic of mechanics. It's just my personal opinion. My ancestors and the Veluca Shuna of the desert coexisted together and supported one another. So to me, all life is important. Life is not an by placing yourself above other life forms. What? Really? Coffee? Did you prepare the... All right. Seeing that you're working so hard to help out, you're not planning on using it. Many of your own parts are critically degraded, and you're running low on power. All right. Suit yourself. Oh, and thanks for the coffee, but I'm about... The night watch is yours. Stay safe.
Sorry. Paimon slept. Really? You're not... Don't worry. Paimon will be sure to stay awake next time.
Good morning, Traveler and Paimon. Quick question. Me too.
Is there something we can do?
Extinguish our fire so we don't set the entire Also, retrieve the pest-repelling devices from last night. We don't want to affect the ecosystem here.
Got it! Paimon will take care of the fire.
All right. Let's meet back here. All right. It's about time to head out. As we go further in, we may encounter more berserk machines. The effects of the ley lines will also increase. If you're struggling, it would be wise to avoid conflict. Try to conserve as much energy as possible until... As I thought, the closer we get to the contamination source, the more mechanical monsters that appear.
Adventure time! Adventure time! Adventure time! Emerge. Right here. Emerge.
Hey!
Clouds high. The birds call.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Come on out.
I see everything.
Right now. Emerge.
Hey!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Everybody stand back! Let's light it up! Nothing lasts forever.
It stopped here!
Upon closer inspection, the plants here are really different. Leyline energies are also stronger here. This may be the place we've been looking for. Ready yourselves. We're going in.
There's a ton of mechanical monsters here. They made this place their lair.
Looks like there's no way to sneak by. Let's take care of them quickly.
Right now. Emerge. Right here.
Clouds high. The birds call.
Going in! Let's light it up! Off we go!
Show them.
This way, turn a little.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Let's light it up!
One with the forest. God. God.
What is this?
Leyline energy is spilling out from here. This device, it's extracting energy from the ley lines without end. Who in the world would do this without considering the...
That's terrible! We have to stop it! Paimon, Paimon doesn't...
Standing here is equivalent to being directly showered in leyline energy, which may cause irreversible damage to your body. Take Paimon and get out of here. I'll see if I can find a way to turn this thing off.
But you're also vulnerable to the... We're staying! We can't leave you here by yourself.
Then let's look for it together. If there is no control unit here...
You know where it is? Hey! Wait for us! What's this? It'll only show up if you step on it?
Be careful, and watch your step.
Look! Someone's here! Are you the one that's taking the ley line's energy? Turn off that machine now! Why aren't you saying anything? Too ashamed?
His body is cold. It's emaciated, and his eyes are sunken, likely from chronic malnourishment and stress. He collapsed and never got back up. Almost forgot about you. Here, this is the last one.
What is it doing?
I'm not sure. Judging by this room's layout, this place was a laboratory. We should find a repository of research documents if we keep going. The file room will definitely give us some clues, so let's... This place is a natural hiding spot with how hidden it is. The pipes continue further.
Did you two find anything?
There are a lot of lab notes, but it would take way too long to read through them all. I found a tape recording used for an experiment, and...
Tape?
Yes, the Spontama created a device that... However, these devices are expensive to make and...
Come on, let's watch it.
Hold on, let me figure out how to play the tape. It goes in there... Ah, okay, this should do it.
Kakata? Kakata? Seriously, I look away for 1 second and you're gone? There you are. Look here. This is our new home. I, Abatui, will unleash my talents here and amaze those ancient fossils at the Academia. Oh, you're also quite happy, Kakata. Yes, I thought not. Listen up, Kakata. I'll use mechanical organs, and electric currents will course through them like blood. A steel-cast heart that will beat forever. Inspiration from the ruins. When you can understand our language and live among us, you will no longer be a boring... It's fine. You will understand.
Karkata is the mechanical crab, right? And that researcher named...
I remember now.
Junior researcher?
Yeah?
Nothing. Paimon was just...
He is, but academic progression isn't tied to age.
Oh.
Of course, age can be an issue. For a while, people... that isn't...
Written on it.
That's quite the time gap.
It's rare that you malfunction because of an operational error. Seems that making coffee is still somewhat difficult for you. Or is there an issue with my set parameters? All right, there you go. Water entered the Keela and caused it to short-circuit, so it couldn't receive signals from the ganglion. Look at me, talking to you like this. You can't understand me anyway, can you? It's fine. I swapped in some new parts, so you should be all right now. Try moving around. Everything in working order? Be more careful next time. We're tight on money right now, so we don't have a lot of parts or power to spare. I'm glad. Karkata, did you know? Yesterday, I dreamed that you could talk. Aren't the bunch at the Academia always saying things like, mechanical intelligence is just an extension of statistics? They were blown away when they saw us talking with each other. Too bad it was just a dream. Forget holding a conversation with me. You're so simple that you probably wouldn't even notice if I died. Never mind.
After Abatui left the Academia, everyone lost contact with him. I thought he was so despondent that he gave up on researching mechanical life forms. Instead, he had holed up here and continued his
Paimon doesn't feel like he's a bad person. He even changed out Karkata's broken parts. Why would he mess with Layla?
Let's keep... Following the serial numbers, the next recording should be here. The writing is sloppy. Perhaps his state of mind had changed. There's also an undated tape in the wrong spot. Doesn't seem like Abatui put it there.
Maybe Karkata helped him with sorting.
It's hard to say. These are the last 2 tape recordings. Let's watch them.
Sorry, Karkata. I was just thinking about something. Today might become a special day. In my recent experiments, I successfully gave you a living being's... When you're low on power, or if one of your parts is damaged, you will prioritize your survival command and proactively recharge or replace your parts. That is a very dangerous thing. And today, I've officially activated the 3rd generation ley line extractor. The ley lines will serve as our power source from now on. Conducting research on mechanical life forms requires a large amount of power. Even if I scrimped and saved, the more I have wouldn't last for long. I'm also getting tired, Karkata. I don't know what's driving me to continue with this research anymore. They say that even if it simulates the operation of a living creature's organs, a machine is still an ice-cold tool. I want to prove them wrong. I'm not talking about anything cheerful, Karkata. Modules for language, emotion, and movement. I've been working my absolute hardest to augment and refine your functionalities. But I've never... You are my finest success. But even you can't understand me. All you can do is execute limited responses based on preset commands. Karkata, I wish you could speak to me. Yes, you cannot understand me, so you cannot answer me either. It is what it is. In a few days, I'll sell the failed ley line extractor for some more and continue my experiments. Life goes on, and I have... This is new. If I place another 2 control modules here to simulate the brain's thalamus... Of course my heart decides to act up now. Why did I cut medication from our expenses? Karkata, come help me. Strange. I feel weak. Oh no, I have to shut down the extractor. Shut it off. If we let them recharge indefinitely, they'll go out of control. Right. I never input a command to shut down the extractor, so you don't understand what I'm saying. In the end, it's just like the Academia said. Mechanical life forms only bring danger. I'm sorry, Karkata. In the end, I still wasn't able to turn...
I see. So the ley line effluence was an accident. After Abatui's unexpected death, the mechanical monsters were driven by their instincts and continuously drew out power from the ley line extractor. This eventually resulted...
Paimon understands. Then why didn't Karkata go haywire like...
Because Karkata is different from the other machines. Structures similar to living organisms, the ability to cry and laugh, and capacity for independent thought. To Abatui, only a machine with these features could be considered. Perhaps only by building such a machine could he have the Academia acknowledge his protracted research. But if he had slowed down and saw Karkata as a friend instead of an... Karkata can't speak. And yet it cares about Abatui far more than it does about itself.
What does that mean?
You'll see in a bit. But before that, we have a more urgent task at hand. First, let's find the control unit for the ley line extractor and shut it down. More of this transparent flooring. It feels like a maze. Below us is the final room. The control unit is likely in there.
The way ends here. Wanna try jumping down?
Emerge. Right now.
Everyone hold hands.
Can't see?
Come on out.
I'll uproot you.
Wind strike.
Share my knowledge.
Everybody stand back.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Enshroud. Let's nip that in the bud. Excuse me.
Show them. Right here.
I see everything.
Wind strike.
I'm going in.
Hey,
I hear everything.
the Temple of Wisdom.
This should be the control unit. Once we turn it off, the ley line extractor should also... Without an external force damaging the ley lines, they should start to slowly repair themselves. Oh, but I bet you two are more worried about Karkata. Let's head back.
So, Karkata has been collecting parts because it thinks doing so will fix its owner?
Karkata is unable to understand the concept of death. However, it probably remembers when Abatui replaced its parts when it malfunctioned, and how that restored it to an operational state. It's true that Karkata isn't able to think or understand many topics, but it is like a small child that imitates what adults do.
So that's why it kept stealing mechanical parts. But it can't repair its owner, no matter how hard it tries.
Yes, but the important thing is that it formed the thought of wanting to repair Abatui. No one knows how this thought came to be, but it has even suppressed the If it really is as we've predicted, this research truly will make waves in the academia. It might have been possible to achieve this with ancient technology, but no one has been able to do the same.
Karkata? Karkata? Can you hear Paimon? Tainari says you're awesome!
It reached its limit. It hasn't recharged this entire time, nor has it replaced its severely damaged. It's a miracle that it managed to hang on for so long. I'm going to confirm that the ley line extractor has shut down. Come with me. Let them be alone for a while. The ley line extractor has ceased. Traces of ley line energy are still in the atmosphere, but the effluence's source has been stopped. Moving on, those affected by the ley lines need immediate care. We'll put up an announcement on the bulletin board about the danger. According to the Academia's policies, we need to bring everything back. Research materials related to mechanical life forms will be destroyed, and Karkata will be disassembled and sealed away.
What the
You two should return first. I'll take care of things here. Although we've stopped the source of the effluence, the ley line energy in the air exceeds normal values. Your bodies won't be able to hold up if you continue to stay here.
But...
Listen, the Traveler also, it'll take some time to tell the adventure... Oh, and don't talk about Abatui.
All right. Then... Everybody's already here! Looks like we're the last ones to arrive.
I'm here.
Ah, there you are.
Well, look who finally decided to show up.
You look like you came here immediately after finishing up some work.
But we're not late, are we?
I propose that the last one who arrived be put in charge of today's speeches.
Nah, there won't be any speeches to—
Oh, really?
Come join us over here.
Everything looks quite good.
Wow! Paimon can't wait! Traveler, just look at all the delicious... Whoa! The food was specially prepared for you by everyone in the Grand Bazaar. Everyone that came said that you saved Sumeru. And
feels kinda nice to be seen as a hero.
Being a bodyguard is also a hero's job.
My lady sure has a way with work.
And I'm happy to meet everyone that participated in the—
Don't mention it.
come to think of it, we've really done something impressive.
We owe it to our abilities. And
Really? Why do I remember—
That's how I remember it too.
it's luck that brought us together. Moreover, judging...
Yeah.
It was almost like a performance. Everyone played their part, and thanks to everyone's efforts, the performance was a great success.
So, would you say we're good actors too?
It's such a blessing that Lesser Lord Kusanali was able to return to power at the Academy.
Yes! Even after being abandoned. Lesser Lord Kusanali once used all her power in a great disaster, which resulted in her losing all her wisdom and memories of the past. The Academia basically abandoned her because of it. This should be something everybody should remember. Huh? You look surprised. I didn't say anything wrong, did I?
No, everything...
That's good.
Something wrong?
Yeah, what's with that face? You knew—
Even if those two giants of the Academia are here, those sages really have some nerve. 500 years ago, Lesser Lord... If you bite the hand that feeds you, don't act surprised when it turns into a knuckle.
Perhaps I shouldn't say this, but their treatment of Lesser Lord Kusanali calls for a more severe
You could simply tell Lesser Lord Kusanali that you wish to have Azar in his...
I respect our deity's decision, and won't interfere in any way. While we're on this topic, why didn't you accept the...
Are you trying to say that I'm fit to be a sage?
Not at all. But every person handling the selection process has said that you are the most suitable candidate to lead the Academia right now.
Why? Because he dethroned Azar from power?
Could you try to put it another way? This is a good thing, yet you're
But seriously though, I always wondered if you had some personal motives behind it.
I did have my own motive, but it had nothing to do with being a sage. If the rules of our nation were suddenly cast by the wayside, then it wouldn't be long until chaos ensued. I had no intention of letting their dreams disrupt my life.
By that, you mean your life working as the Academia's scribe.
Precisely.
Wait, is that all?
So, that's the only reason why—
It's reason enough.
You've certainly got quite the
You flatter me.
All right then. How about you? You've already resumed work as the General Mahamatra, right?
That's right.
Will you be happy with that life?
It's not about being happy. There are merely a lot of things that I must do.
Even so, keep your spirits up and try to be happy, okay? And try to smile more.
Thank you.
I seldom participate in such lively No. The Grand Bazaar, that happiness is an emotion that'll be forever alien to those bookworms who have... Oh well.
My lady, the grilled...
Yes, what an amazing place to relax.
You said it. Oh, look who else is here.
Hello. Oh, I'm so happy.
Hey, less of that polite...
The atmosphere here is good, and everything is delicious. I don't often have a lot to handle these days. This feast is pretty good.
There you are, traveler. Well, how is it? That is the first time. You see, every guest here is quite extraordinary. It's unbelievable that we've got everyone together here. Make sure you live it up tonight. I'm honored to have her think of me this way. I can't explain why.
starting to droop. Hey, you can't just fall asleep here. Paimon will go find something delicious for you to eat. You'll wake up once you've put something yummy in. Of course, just wait here for Paimon. It's me. You may blame me for being a bit too self-indulgent. I was thinking about talking with you, and the next thing I knew, I had made a connection with you. The connection between us is amazing. It's like flora and the fence it grows upon. I heard there's an amazing celebration feast today at the Grand Bazaar. I wanted to have a look for myself, so I snuck in. Lately, I've been so busy dealing with all the fallout from recent events, so I really haven't had any free time. Although you've already helped me with a lot, there's still one more thing Please say thank you to everyone for me. Oh, is... But if I just show up all of a sudden, people will become all quiet and stiff, won't they? What if I end up scaring them and ruining this wonderful feast? That'd be... let me think about it. Okay. Yes, I have. You said I should go thank everyone as myself, right? So... I've decided to borrow your body for the time being. Please don't blame me. Everyone! Are you awake now? Paimon was just about to bring you the food. It's me. Huh? That voice. Nahida?
Hold up. What's going on?
I didn't expect to have a conversation with the consciousness of Lesser Lord. Interesting. Is this also a part of the feast?
No, of course not. Are you... Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Hello, Nilu.
You know who I am?
Yes, I already know every one of you. Nilu, Alhaitham, Sino, Dia, Paimon, and Dunyarzad.
Lesser Lord Kusanali?
I took the liberty of occupying the traveler's body so that I could thank all of you in person. Thank you so much for rescuing me, even if that meant placing your own safety in peril and taking the risk of becoming enemies with the Academia, the sages, the doctor, the balladeer, and even the entirety of Sumeru. Without you, without any of you, I would have been in a much more difficult situation. Had you not helped me to resolve the crisis, not only I, but Sumeru and even the entirety of Teyvat would have suffered great misfortune. People refer to you as the heroes who managed to rescue a god. I'm quite fond of this name. It not only explains your identities, but also bears witness to your relationship with me. Please, allow me to present to you my most sincere gratitude.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, you have done so much for Sumeru, and I I didn't even have a chance to do anything for you. You don't have to do this.
Dingerzad, the suffering you endured during your illness is also proof of you being with me and praying for me. Thank you.
You don't need to be so ceremonious. It's always...
This is how the relationship between the Academia and Dendro Archon should be. We just did what was necessary and set things back on the right path.
You're an Archon, but you act so humble. You really don't...
I'm honored to have been able to take part in this plan. I hope...
Thank you, all of you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Are you awake? Did you rest well? After Nahida left, you ate a lot of food. You've become a glutton. That just means you still have a lot to learn from me. Alright, since you're awake now, should we go and have a chat with Nahida? She should be in the Academia right about now. If you have any questions, now's your chance to ask.
Hello, Traveler and Paimon. What a fantastic night. I'm still...
So are we. And that's why we're here to talk with you.
Is there anything you want to know? After recent events, the Akasha can no longer function as... I've given it some thought. And have this... But this is definitely not a bad thing. Even from the beginning, I've been planning to shut it down. The Akasha's centralized administration of knowledge has always restrained people's curiosity. Although people may initially feel a little uncomfortable with the loss of the Akasha, they will soon understand that this life is more suitable for them. And as for the future of Sumeru, the former sages have received their punishment, but the new sages have yet to be selected. I will oversee the I hope that the new 6 great sages will be more focused on academics. Sumeru needs such leaders more than ever. The other big issue is the people of King Deshret. I've already taken some measures to address this. It will take some time to rebuild everything, but no... You mean, what happened after the doctor? Not exactly. The top-ranked Fatui Harbingers, up to number 3, possess power comparable to that of gods. However, in spite of the bad situation, I still managed to make a fair deal with the doctor. I'm sure you remember the entity that changed your fate, the Heavenly Principles. In fact, the Heavenly Principles has been quiet since the Conria disaster 500 years ago. I used this point as leverage against the doctor. I told him that the Heavenly Principles may be awakened if I destroy the Gnosis. Although it's just a bluff, he still fell for it. I assumed that the Heavenly Principles wouldn't just stand by and let such extensive damage to its laws take place. And as for what I exchanged for the Gnosis, the exchange served as both punishment for the doctor, as well as a boon of new knowledge that I couldn't refuse as the God of Wisdom. He's still in a coma. I've hidden him like how one would hide a feather. I know you have many misgivings about him, but as someone who had become a god, he has retained a number of very useful features. Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on him and make sure he doesn't do any evil. In addition, there are still some mysteries left in him. Some things may be very clear from my perspective. His future will be determined by fate. Is that where you're headed next? Fontaine, the Nation of Justice? As far as I know, that nation operates in a judicial system.
Does their Archon personally judge people?
No, there's a Chief Justice in Fontaine. Generally speaking, the Hydra Archon, Fossilor, won't preside over individual trials. However, even then, Fossilor will still make herself present. As Archon, she still reserves the right to influence the final verdict. Anyway, let's just say she's... Are you sure? Isn't there something else you haven't asked about?
Huh?
About your brother. While you were resting at Gandharvaville, I took some time to perform an Irminsul search for information on your brother.
Yeah! Isn't Irminsul a repository for all the information and memories of Teyvat? So
This is true in your case. Irminsul indeed does not have any information on you. However, there must be something different about your brother. Because, as it turns out, the world has
What?
There's only one possible explanation.
But nothing about this makes any sense! Wasn't this your first trip to Teyvat?
According to the records I was able to access, after the Conria disaster, he began his journey through the 7 nations. But just as his journey was about to reach its conclusion, the Irminsul
What do you mean, Fuzzy? Did something happen to him?
All I know for sure is that somebody, for reasons only they can know, And whoever it is, if they can do that, who knows what else they're capable of.
But even that wouldn't explain how he somehow comes from this world.
Something else I noticed was that according to these records, the Fatui have not classified your sibling as one of the Descenders.
What's a Descender? Paimon's never heard.
Look, I'm sure you must be curious about the information I received from the Fatui A very important part of the intel was about this world's Descenders. Traveler, you are Tevat's 4th Descender.
Huh? So the Fatui count 3 other Descenders before the Traveler, and her brother isn't even one of them?
That's right. My current hypothesis is that the first Descender was likely what we now... As for the other Descenders, I still need to verify their existence. It could take me some time.
Paimon's head's about...
And yet, even knowing all this, I'm sure you must still have a lot of unanswered questions. There are many questions in my heart as well. I will need some time to go through each one of them. And soon, you'll also begin your journey anew and depart from Sumeru. I'm very interested in your future. It's a journey that can't be observed. If fate is the ultimate knowledge, then your future will be the ultimate fate.
Paimon's sure glad we got to meet you, Nahi.
The pleasure is all mine. I can't think... Alright, that's enough talk for today. If you ever miss me, just call...